Alright, I think this thing is recording. Hey guys, welcome to my digital journal of my trading journey for Topstep. We are in eval stage right now, trying to get funded again. I got funded in July, blew the account, got another account in August, and we've been working on it since. As you can see up here, it's not doing too hot, but that's okay. Today is Tuesday, but I wanted to go over Monday's trades, or what I was thinking about on Monday. So kind of just more so like in this area here. Essentially, overall, we are bullish, right? I do have my breaks right here. I'll just kind of start marking up things so that we can see what's going on. Now, ultimately, I didn't take a trade yesterday. There was no setup that I liked, or there's just simply no setup, to be fair, that aligned with the plan. Yeah, we were pretty much like all in this area. So let's see. So ultimately, I wanted price to come back down to this 4-hour order block so that we could look for long setups. Was there something on the 1 hour? No, not really. Another thing to note was that there was a chance to do some counter trend trading. But we are at all-time highs, so I don't love the idea of counter trend trading. But if I were to look at this, I would say here would be our first break in our favor. Bunch of liquidity was grabbed, pretty much just all of this was grabbed. And then, you know, if you wanted to, you could probably take an entry here, something like that. I think somebody did take this and they got mopped, obviously, because again, we are overall bullish. Yeah, so pretty much I was just looking for longs. And we kept seeing breaks to the upside, as you can see, right? Break, 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 higher highs and higher lows. Now the first one was here. I wanted to use this order block, but there was no liquidity grabbed, right? This is my only liquidity point, and then it broke structure again to the upside. So here's the first break. Here's the second break. So at this point, okay, here's our next point of liquidity grab before order block tap. This would be the new order block. Again, no liquidity was grabbed, right? Now on the third try, third time's the charm, we do have an actual liquidity grab right here. And we can use a 15-minute order block as well. So this is our order block. So that works out. And then we have our price action level right here. Now, two reasons why I actually did not trade this setup. One, it was pretty much end of session, and I was done. You know, I wasn't really interested in trading anymore. This would have reached partials and break even, so that's good to know. But I was doing like a post-market review, and to be honest, I don't think I would have gotten in this trade regardless, just because of the entry that was available. Where are we at here? Yes, so I can either take a 5-minute candle closure, which in this case was way too far off, or I can take a 1-minute candle closure above the EMA and price action level. But as you can see, that would have put us like all the way up here, and overall that doesn't look great on the stop loss. And this trade would have ended up running for a bit too long out of my comfort zone. I don't even know if it reached a 1-to-1. Okay, at least it reached a 1-to-1 after like how long? 9:45, 40 minutes per se. So it's not a horrible setup, but I stopped trading at 10 a.m. Mountain Time or 12 p.m. Eastern Time, whichever time zone that you're in. So honestly, I just didn't want to really be in this trade after seeing all of this. Price to just not want to grab liquidity. Now Monday, okay, as you guys can see, we're not doing too hot in the September month, but look at the August month, right? It's looking pretty. It was pretty good. August, 80% win rate. The crazy part is all of these could have been wins. This was like a technical issue with Topstep. I didn't have my account. They had to like credit my account. Wasn't confident in my setup. This one's a bit complicated. There was 2 setups formed during this one. I'll show you guys. There was 2 setups formed during this. Now I could have gone in right here, but my stop loss would have been really big, but it was still technically within the plan. So this could have been partials break even, but I ended up getting up in here and it was like 2 fucking ticks away. It's like 0.2 ticks away from partial and break even. So that was just unfortunate. So yeah, now that is Monday, and I want to show you guys my thought process for today. Today, I don't know what's going on with me, man. Like lately, it's just like I'm just not super confident in like what I'm seeing, or like I don't know. But regardless, I'll show you guys what's happening. I just want to check on the OBS. Sorry about the lighting. I look like a fucking beanoz right now. Yeah, sorry about the lighting and all that. But let me show you what I was seeing for today. So again, I always start off on the 4-hour, right? Overall, we were already super bearish. Again, gold is at all-time highs. So perfect. So that's my break, right? Where's my order block? Right here. 4-hour order block. Fuck, my hair is so fucking long, man. So annoying. Let's see where we were at the 1 hour. Actually, what the fuck? At this point, I think we were more so interested in using like 1 hour order blocks, because New York Open was like around here. And as you can see, even the 1 hour has multiple breaks, right? So we're bullish. Now, what I wanted originally was for price to tap into this order block, or sweep this liquidity, and I'll look for longs, right? But New York Open right here, not New York Open, but gold open for me was here. So what else did I see? Now this is something that I'm working on, but I have to get better using the 15-minute. I'm just like not super confident in it, but that's okay. I'll get used to it. Now 15-minute is technically bearish. There's 2 breaks to the downside, one right here, one right here. And if you guys don't understand what I'm saying, it's okay. The strategy is pretty like, it's not very typical, like with your niche strategies, I would say. Like it's not SMC, it's not ICT. It does use basic concepts that you guys know, like liquidity sweeps, order blocks, market structure. That's all it really needs. But there are fractal rules to it, which is why it's a bit different. Now, okay, so from the top, right, we're bullish. So what does that mean? I'm looking for higher time frame confluences that align with the bullish bias. So one, I have my bullish order block here on the 1 hour. I have a 4-hour order block here, but price is not coming down to here, I don't think. So it can come down to here. Now looking at the 15-minute, again, I don't really use the 15-minute like that, but this is a order block that was still valid, never broke below. So this still counts, right? This is a bullish higher time frame confluence. Looking at the 5-minute, We have a break here or a break here, whichever one you want to go with. Both are valid. We have our liquidity grab pretty much at the same low. Liquidity grab. And then where is our price action level, right? Our like little resistance right here. Now, to be fair, let's see if there was a, I think I was gonna do, the crazy part is I saw this happening and I was like, I want it to come down to the 1 hour order block, and then I've seen this price action level. I'm like, I think this is about to happen, and then it jumps up and it's like down here again, and I'm like, should I get in? And I said no, and then it fucking shot all the way up. But it's fine, it's fine, it's whatever. We live and we learn, right? Okay, let's check out how we could have gone in on this entry. To be honest, we would not have used the 1 minute EMA entry, which is basically 1 minute candle has to close above price action and EMA. It most likely would have just been a 5 minute candle close, and we would have been super duper close back to break even. That would have been the setup for today, right? But I missed it because I'm not super confident in the 15 minute. Now let's show you what I actually end up trading, and took this fucking L right here on both my accounts, my 2 evals. So once price pushed up, we basically had another break in structure, right? That's our break. And we have a newly formed order block. 1 hour, 4 hour, same thing. I was technically using this one, so I'll just mark that up. Now I also know that there's liquidity down here as a continuation, but pretty much once price tapped into here, again, my entry time frame is my 5 minute, right? We have our break right here. Boom, boom. Break in our favor. Next step is liquidity. Liquidity grab here. Liquidity grab here. Like, it pretty much grabbed like the whole swing, right? Now, price action levels right here. Beauty. 5 minute candle closure in this case. Entered, I think I did 50. Because I got in like somewhere like up here. Yeah. And it just simply did not work out. And that was the actual trade that I was in today, and not this one, which is really freaking annoying, but whatever. Okay. Sorry, 1 sec. Let's go over why this was a loser. Now, I still think it's a valid setup in terms of looking for longs, right? I have my higher time frame confluence being 4 hour, 1 hour order block. I have the break in my favor. I have liquidity grab. I have price action. Everything is there for a setup. Why did we lose? Pretty much because we are at all-time highs, right? So we like, and the way the 1 hour opened up was just crazy. Like, it just boom, came straight down. And so it was like there was a lot of bearish pressure. Now the rule is, if there's a liquidity sweep, you want to wait for it to break twice, right? So do we have that? At the time, we did not have that. We only had 1 break up here. Now it has broken twice. Now it's like I can start looking for longs again. Technically I can, because I still have about 50 minutes left in my session, but I locked myself out, so I don't want to fucking overtrade. Now sometimes you don't always need to see 2 breaks to the downside as a liquidity sweep for it to be complete, but in this case we should have, just because of like, look how close like our general area of the sweep was, like versus our order block, right? There's like no space in between it. So most likely the bears are going to continue with their pressure. And yeah, that was pretty much it. So I'm not gonna lie, like this is the second week of September. We're not doing super well. We're not doing super hot, but we're just gonna keep going at it. You guys may see I have like FTMO. I have Topstep. I'm looking at FTMO back into it because I really like the idea of having 10% drawdown. Like FTMO, technically you only have like 4%. Yeah, you only have like 4% drawdown, and the trailing draw. Like the rules on FTMO are just way freaking easier. The only difference I do like on Topstep is I can trade from my computer, and like this platform is great. Futures is great. There's no spreads. FTMO spread on gold is like pretty small, so I'm not super concerned about that. But like I have to get used to like trading on MT5 again for my phone and looking at the screen, etc., etc. Now, I do want to jot down. I want to show you guys my journal. I think we just have to, like, especially because we're at all-time highs, using the 15-minute is a good idea, right? Like, we're not always going to get a 1 hour or a 4 hour order block, 1 hour or 4 hour confluence, right? So we can use the 15-minute. If I had been confident in that today, I would have walked away with a winner, right? Now, emotional notes on the trade that I did take. I think we took it because we were FOMOing it, like we wanted to get in on a trade because we missed the previous one. Now again, it's a valid setup in most scenarios. In this case, I think we could have been more patient, wait for the 2 breaks, and because we were FOMOing, we didn't really notice like how far we were from the order block and the higher time frame, all-time high liquidity sweeps, right? But yeah, I think tomorrow, let's see if there's any news. Okay, at least tomorrow we have some news. Honestly, I used to be afraid of news, but now I think it's like I need news, so that we have some volume in the market. So yeah, so we'll do another video tomorrow, and thanks for tuning in.